What's up, everybody? It's Make It Make Sense, and today's show is brought to you by Mama Evelyn.
Keep it real, and I'm not trying to be gross or anything, and forgive me if it sounds like it, but the whole outlasts the pole any day.
But you know what?
Words to live by. The whole outlast the pole any day. Like the video as the intro plays, we got a lot to get into.
Make it make sense.
Make it make sense. I want to make it make sense. That's all. 1 and 1 got to equal 2.
Make it make sense, boo.
Big moves. Surfer. Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you say. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things of your dreams. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you say. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things of your dreams. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense.
Trying to run, she can't run. Now who can't run? Now who can't run? Who can't run? Yeah.
Okay. Okay. What's up, A-Hove? I see you in here. Hey, Miss Kiki. Y'all, let's start here. Before we get all the way into the foolishness. Y'all can tell me if I'm wrong. I know I live in America, and America is kind of different than a lot of other places, but I really don't give a damn if you have PTSD. Louisiana death row inmate who R-worded a woman before unaliving her requests a more humane method of execution, says nitrogen mask will trigger his PTSD. We won't have to pay for the therapist because you're already going to be gone. I mean, maybe it sounds bad, but I'm one of those people who doesn't really care about a murderer. After you took somebody's life, why would I care? Is this ninja receiving taxpayer dollars therapy sessions? I'm not super concerned. And the audacity to think that we're supposed to be concerned and rally around you to get a more humane death penalty? Says Jesse Hoffman Jr., a death row inmate convicted of the 1996 kidnapping, R-word, and murder of a 28-year-old Mary Molly Elliott. And you know, with a name like Mary Molly, she probably was a good kid with that name, is challenging the state's plan to execute him using nitrogen hypoxia. His legal team argues that the method, which has never been used in Louisiana, violates his religious beliefs and could cause undue suffering. Hoffman was sentenced to death for brutal unaliving of Elliott, a hotel manager in St. Tammany Parish. On November 27, 1996, he abducted Elliott from a parking lot in Kenner, Louisiana, and forced her to withdraw money from an ATM. He then drove her to a secluded area where he assaulted her and then unalived her with the pow-pow. Her body was later discovered in a wooded area near Slidell. Hoffman was arrested days later and convicted in 1998. His death sentence was upheld despite multiple appeals over the years. Now, with his execution scheduled for March 18, 2025, Hoffman's lawyers are contesting the use of nitrogen hypoxia, which replaces oxygen with nitrogen, causing death by asphyxiation. They argue that the method could trigger his PTSD and claustrophobia, and that it violates his Baptist faith. Now, I'm Catholic, but I know a whole bunch of Baptists, and never did they say that violating a woman, kidnapping, robbing, and unaliving is in any of the 10 of the of the commandments. None of those apply. So why would you think that we care that you have claustrophobia? I mean, let me not even lie to you. If you ever go on Facebook, Facebook now is all fight videos. There was a video of two dudes watching a man steal stuff from behind the counter. And there was a man behind filming it saying, y'all can't touch him. Y'all can't touch him. You gotta wait for the police. You can't touch him. So the man is literally filling up a whole thing full of all their cigarettes, all these things. They grab the man, finally catch him, get him on the ground, and they caned him. Only in America do we have more rights and privileges for people stealing from us than the actual people who may have even owned the business. You are not allowed to touch or engage somebody who is actively stealing from you in your face. And we got death row inmates saying that we are being inhumane, suffocating them. Unpopular opinion, I don't really care. If you come in my house, you get what you get. If you're trying to steal from me, you get what you get. We are the only country that has more rules to protect the people violating us than we do the people who are actually getting violated. Somebody said they should do a firing squad. No, that's every time you're on Facebook. That's all it is. It's just fight videos now, basically. But okay, let's move on to the foolishness. I like Tamar Braxton. Technically, it took a while. She was real over the top when I first started being introduced to her, like the Braxton show and then the Real. But I'm not gonna lie, Tamar Braxton is funny. She's funny.
Daddy, I thought he getting in the panties. Daddy.
This took me out. Of course, you know Tracy is actually like my favorite, but Tamar Braxton is funny. You gotta admit that. Tracy doing the beatbox and ad libs took me out. Daddy. Tamar is funny on it. She's funny. Tamar is funny. I'm pretty sure she's the clown of the family. Tamar is funny. She's funny, but she's messy. She's real messy. And every so often, technically, I like somebody with the shits. The title of this video is Messy. I typically, I can't say nothing bad about you when I'm doing the same thing. She's messy. Y'all remember this recently?
Let's say how nasty old lady gang is. Nobody. Why? And that is a known thing here in Atlanta. Like if something like nobody is saying, "Yo, where we going to go eat? Let's go to old lady gang." Who? Oh, bitch, that steak from Blaze was banging. What's the name of the person? Where they at? Now let's just be honest. Are we being honest? Is we everybody got their head down. See everybody, y'all scared too? Listen, because I'm just being honest. This is what the premise of the show is. Now, y'all done read She by Sheree. The lady done called the girl Sheen by Sheree. The lady done dragged that lady till her wig came unglued on the side. Okay? But nobody said how terrible the service is at Old Lady Gang. And if your food come out cold, you got to pay for it anyway. And if your food is wrong, you got to pay for it.
So this went viral a couple months ago. Then we had Tamar. Then we had Tamar come back out and say she didn't mean it.
Talk about that. But y'all can't think I'm jealous of nobody. Like, we all got money. We all are very successful, you know? But it was a 3-year-old video that I don't know how it came to see the light of day. It wasn't supposed to, but okay.
In all honesty, you filmed it.
And I don't really give a shit. I don't. What nobody else is doing. I wish everybody well. Like, I'm not into drama anymore. Like, y'all, I'm just not. It doesn't, and that's the reason why that show didn't happen, because that's not where I was going with my life. That's not where I want to go with my life. I don't want anything to do with it, you know.
Now, not to do a conspiracy theory, but Tamar now has her own show on YouTube. You could check it out. She's on it with her best friend, James Wright Chanel. That clip came from her and her mom. I mean, her mom being on the show. I believe that was their show. Don't get me wrong. But I feel like that was good publicity for your own show. So maybe you didn't leak it, but one of your friends leaked it because it was good publicity. Just my opinion. I don't know. But I wanted y'all to hear this part because she said she over the drama.
You know what I mean? And so, like, I hate that, you know. I don't even really kind of want to talk about it because it always gets bigger than what it's supposed to be. It's just, you know, are they cute? I didn't just talk about nobody's nothing. That's like 3 years old. Y'all gotta chill. I hate that. That's not where I want to go with my life. Where I was going with my life. Didn't happen because that's not where I was going with my life. That's not where I want to go with my life. I don't want anything to do with it. You know what I mean? And so, like, I'm not into drama anymore. Like, y'all, I'm not into drama anymore. Like, y'all, I'm not into drama anymore. Like, y'all, I'm just.
Okay, y'all all heard that. Y'all all heard that. She all over. She's no more drama. She all the way. She then turned into Mary J. Blige. No more drama. No more drama in her life. She don't. Let me see. I want to make sure y'all can hear it. I had to put it in a lot of different search engines because y'all might not be able to hear well enough. So let me know if you can hear it. This is T.S. Madison and Craig have a show on YouTube. I'm sure you guys probably already know. If not, go check it out. I believe they're like best friends. They say that Craig was dragging Tamar. I don't know. Y'all have to put it in the chat. I don't know. But Tamar rolled up to their live show. I know Really B went to their live show. So if you're a fan, if they're in your city, definitely check it out. Tamar rolls up. And it's always good to have, you know, some of your celebrity friends in the audience or other people that are known. I know Dr. Heavenly and Carlos King recently did a live show. There's been a lot of live shows where you get to like have some face-to-face time with some of your favorite personalities. Well, Tamar came for blood. I wonder, let me know if y'all can hear it. That sounds low even to me. Let's try this one. And Rose, thank you so much for joining the membership. I appreciate you guys. We have over 1,000 people in the chat. Y'all asked for a lunchtime live. So that's what we are getting. You guys asked for some pre-recorded content. I'll be putting some of that out as well. But y'all requested a lunchtime live. So we back in the throwbacks.
You know, you hold my feet to the fire about giving my opinion about how I feel about things. But then you get on this platform and say what the fuck you want to say. And then you want my sister to hold me accountable about my opinion when you're doing the same thing. And I'm just confused about that.
Okay, well, let me clarify some things for you. That's he about to clarify. He about to
The Paris says Craig was never dragging her at all. Somebody else in the chat put he was. Let me see. Y'all got to let me know because I don't, I can't watch everything from everybody. Somebody just said it was earlier in the thing. Okay. Tamar was wrong. No, man, where is this? Blah, 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 blah. Oh, okay. Well, hold on. It was you, Paris. Craig was dragging her on his and Maddie's show, and Tamar got all in her feelings and pulled up to the live event. But I thought you just said that Craig wasn't dragging her. Okay, now hold on to Paris. You said Craig was dragging her on his and Maddie's show, and Tamar got in her feelings and pulled up to the event. I was beyond annoyed. But then you just said Craig was never dragging her at all. So which the Paris the Paris I got my eye on you. I got my eye on you. Okay, so let's what's up, Chef Don?
I'm tripping.
No, he got
It's good for the goose, it's good for the gander.
Oh.
But the difference is I'm the economic one. But the difference is I'm the economic one.
Okay, so as a content creator who is also with the shits, I'm not above reproach. And y'all definitely let me know. It is a bold move to go to somebody's live show with their subscribership, their fan base, and then try to shade the hell out of them. Now, you know, shade goes both ways. Nobody's above it, but this was a bold ass move. And to throw your Emmy in his face was like, Tamar, I thought you just said, hold on, let's go back.
Anymore like y'all. I'm not into drama anymore like y'all. I don't.
Maybe she just meant it depends on where the drama's coming from.
This is what we do. You want to criticize me and make it seem like I'm being shady and nasty, and when that is not the case. I'm just stating my opinion what you do. So I would like to understand. I will post this question to be framed because I like you.
Now wait, sister, wait. Now tell sister, you like it. Now you do like it.
I do.
And I like you. And I like you.
So what is the difference between what we do?
Okay, here's my
Not a bad question. Definitely not a bad question. However, if Kels is correct, says Craig said on their YouTube show that if he was her close friend, he would tell her about her behavior times. This was when the video came out about Tamar talking about Candy's restaurant. If this is what Craig did and this is how you responded, I still think this was bold and it would have been okay because, you know, it's getting the crowd hyped up. But when you threw your Emmy at him, what does the Emmy have to do with him talking about your behavior? I am confusion.
Here's what I want to say. Hold on, y'all let
So I would like to understand. I will post this question to be framed because I like you.
Now wait, sister, wait. Now tell sister, you like it. Now you do like it.
I do.
And I like you. And I like you.
So what is the difference between what we do?
Okay, here's what I want to say. Hold on, y'all let my two sisters have their one day conversation. Not too much, bitch. Let me say this. First and foremost, it is not my intention to try to tear you down in front of these people.
Are you sure?
I want you to listen and not interrupt. I didn't interrupt you.
I mean, it's not out of the question to give commentary on a public figure. So if he's not like really going in, is she just hypersensitive? Because she was crying about the Muppet stuff, but going back and forth with K. Michelle. Back when she was, I think, in like the Candy, Rashida, and them clique, she was going back and forth. And y'all remember when T.S. Madison and Kaya went to that concert where Tamar was a special guest, and they was going to bring T.S. and Kaya out during the Tamar performance as a surprise for the crowd. But that was right after Kaya did the what was it? Every man wants a woman. That was right after that. Y'all remember? Every man wants a woman. Y'all remember that? So Tamar is with the shits, and then she'll go live and say, I didn't know or whatever, but that every man wants a woman then stuck with you gotta go to let me see. Let's see. So Kaya and Candy will never be friends. They had already done the resume call your daddy. And then they bring Kaya and TS to an escape show where Tamar is a featured performer. And then she acts like she doesn't know what she's doing. She's with the shits, which is what I actually like about her. Let's see. Damn. That was 7 years ago.
Say, every man wants. I was gonna say when I got up there.
I mean, and I was gonna do that. I was just gonna make sure y'all.
You was gonna rub my throat.
I was gonna make
every man wants. I was gonna say when I got up there.
I mean, and I was gonna do that.
Okay, let's get back to the bullshit.
I just want you to listen. And not interrupt.
But you interrupted me, but that's okay.
Did I?
You did.
Okay, sister, let him get his point across now. Come on, Craig.
It should be in front of all these people.
Okay, I'm not gonna let you finish, and then I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say.
Girl, say it.
Don't give me girl, because I didn't disrespect you.
You sure you got your titties out?
Don't give me girl. If you give me girl, if you give me girl, I'm gonna cross the line. Sister, you're treading in the water of disrespect. Well, I'm trying not to go there with you. I'm trying not to go.
Wait, was some of the straight shooters in the audience? I think I might have straight shooters. Was some of the straight shooters in the audience?
I'm trying not to go there with you. And so what I was going to say, sister, let him get it out. This is a part of what I was saying about you on the show. I said on the show,
the most dangerous thing you can do is go to a meet and greet where you are looking at somebody's favorite person and try to challenge them. It don't matter what kind of celebrity you are. This is Craig and T.S. Madison's spot. This is where they belong. That woman said, "Get her ass, Craig."
I said, you and I have a rapport. We've talked on Instagram. But if you and I were friends in real life, these are the things that I would say to you, because for me, in my real life, and I have real friends here in the audience, I can't be friends with you if I can't be honest with you. And so I'm not. Wait, let him finish. Part of the problem is you don't like constructive criticism.
Oh, it's definitely gonna be a clip. It is definitely gonna be one of my clips. We're gonna add it to where is it?
Mustard on a beat, ho.
Now, it said where Jaguar Rice did she?
We definitely adding. You are treading in the water of disrespect. And Wendy,
get the god car.
You are treading in the water. You are treading in the water of disrespect is good. That's like reunion worthy for a Housewife franchise.
See, now it's girl, now it's bitch. Now if I cut you up in here, then it's a black man tearing the black woman down. If I put you up in here, then it's a black man tearing the black woman down. You can't even listen. I didn't go wrong. Okay. If you listen to the room, if you listen to to the room, they're on my side, not yours. Okay. Well, this is what if you listen to them. They're on my side, not yours. This is what we're gonna do.
For me, the disrespect already came when she said she was Emmy nominated. That's technically where the disrespect started for me. But when she started calling him girl and stuff like that, it was a real conversation that if he didn't mind having it and TS didn't mind having it, I get it. Go ahead and have it. It's good for the people. The people were into it. But I think it crossed the line of disrespect initially because it was like, well, my behavior is what got me an Emmy nomination. What do you have? And he kind of ate that. And that's actually pretty respectable that he ate that. Because a different kind of person would have said, you can have 8 Emmy nominations and no Emmy. We still have the same thing. He could have just kind of like went in. 8 Emmy nominations. You have 1 Emmy nomination. Oh, let me not say that. But I mean, he could have really gone in. And if you've ever watched TS and Craig, you know he definitely has the ability to go in on somebody. So it did get disrespectful.
If you give me girl, I'm gonna cross the line. Sister, what I said.
Yes, Mathis coming.
Sister, no. You're treading in the water of disrespect. I'm trying not to go there with you. I'm trying not to go there with you. And so what I was going to say, sister, let him get it out. This is a part of what I was saying about you on the show. I said on the show, if you and I were friends in real life, I said you and I have a rapport. We've talked on Instagram, but if you and I were friends in real life, these are the things that I would say to you because for me, in my real life, and I have real friends here in the audience, I can't be friends with you if I can't be honest with you. Let him finish. Part of the problem is,
I also don't like that if you ask him a question and he's responding to you, and then you begin to talk over him, then you're not actually actively listening. You are listening to respond to one point. And I feel like it was almost kind of gracious to allow, like I would have cut the mic off. You ask me a question, your mic is off because why are you responding? Why? There is another person on YouTube who is really good for that kind of bullshit. In a dialogue, no matter what, she always cuts you off. Goes into some theatrical voice, changes the subject, gaslights you, and then people are left like, what did I just watch? With the fact that she is responding before he even finishes his statement, it tells you that you were there for the shits. You've already insulted his career, although I don't know that Craig is seeking an Emmy. Y'all can put in the chat if he's like a full-time content creator or if he also has another job as well. But if he's not like seeking an Emmy, you were trying to put him down and belittle him, and he still kept going and was nice enough to let you finish. He didn't interrupt you as you read him, but this was problematic, but not fixable. I'm sure it's fixable.
You don't like constructive criticism. Now it's cool.
I didn't even hear the B word. So she called him a B and girl. Where's Iyanla?
Now it's bitch. Now if I cut you up in here, then it's a black man telling a black woman down.
His opinion is that she does not take constructive criticism. That's his opinion, which he's allowed to have. Last time I checked, right? Okay.
If I cut you up in here, then it's a black man telling the black woman down. You can't even listen constructively. You can't even listen. If you listen to the room, they're on my side, not yours. Okay. Well,
so as soon, I'm telling you, T.S. Madison sensed it was coming. This was kind of like Iyanla and Tamar. Do you want to do this? Do you? Let me see if I have that. Here we go.
If you listen to
This is what we're gonna do. We were talking about this.
Girl is not like a term of endearment if you arguing with somebody, right? If any of her sisters had called her B while they were on the show, if any of the people on the reality shows that she's done had called her B in the confines of an argument or a fight, Tamar would be going off. Just ask Iyanla.
Do you want to do this?
Do you?
Anyway, I saw somebody in the chat said that they fixed it. This wasn't like the worst thing, but it definitely was. It had some moments. Brian says, I haven't been getting your notifications. I'm happy I did today. Everybody Mims is dope in real life. I had the opportunity to meet him in Miami. Brian was at BravoCon with his friend. Both of them were extremely funny. They were definitely Bravo super fans. And I think me and Diggy went as well. So I think we were all trying to wait in line, in one line to see if we had two people here, two people there to see who could get in line first. It was really enjoyable meeting you as well. I don't think I got you a shot though. Next time you see me, we'll get. I don't know if they even had shots. That BravoCon was so low budget. Tam says that Emmy nod led her nowhere but to the audience of his show.
That was not expected.
I was not. Tam, you should have fed Craig that line. You should have fed that line to Craig. Oh, what's up, AT2? Tam, are you the same Tam that was in Escape? We won't tell nobody if it's you, Tam, because you probably know Tamar. Tam, were you the other Escape member? We won't tell nobody. It's just gonna be between us. I don't know where I got this shirt from, but I know it was on sale. Thank you. It's just thank you for the super chat. Let me see if Tam is that you. Oh, she said no, that's not her. Anyway, okay, let's move on. So we all saw this yesterday, and this is gonna be sound like a little messy, but I like Lauren on the Breakfast Club. I know they have a host. I don't know what's going on, but I feel like Lauren fits right in. So Lauren put this out. Lauren's been doing the follow-up. Lauren was the one that was telling Jess, some stuff just came out. Watch it before we get to the show. Kind of like they'll feed off each other's energy and have like a full awareness of whatever the hot topics are. And Jess's response to Lauren was, I got a new baby. Or you must not have a 5-month-old or something like that, as opposed to you're doing an early morning talk show. Y'all are both doing hot topics and your partner is kind of trying to let you know this is what we're going to discuss so you can be informed, and you're complaining. I like Lauren. I feel like Lauren would be, no offense, Jess, but if we're talking like how Lauren has been moving, I think she's a pretty good candidate for the one hot topic kind of position. Just my opinion. But Lauren said this: a source close to Wendy Williams exclusively confirms to me that Wendy Williams just scored a 10 of 10 on a psych exam she took while at her Lenox hospital. This proves she is not incapacitated. So then Wendy went on the Breakfast Club today. Let's see, I can't be. No, they will get me for sure.
And Gina has been, Gina, I want to salute Gina. And I want y'all to walk us through what happened yesterday with Wendy. It was a lot going on. We saw Wendy leaving the facility with all the police.
Yep.
What happened?
Well, the police showed up, and I'm exhausted. You know what I'm saying? I'm exhausted, and I wanted to go to the hospital to talk to the doctor. Gina, you can expound upon that a bit, please.
So actually trying to figure out how to kind of break through and get some kind of motion into this case, because we were pretty stuck at one point waiting for the lawyers to get through and get some type of trial. So I did two things. I wrote a letter to the Adult Protective Services explaining to them Wendy's situation. She was isolated and we needed an investigation. Yesterday morning, during our morning calls, I told Wendy we will be calling the police. And we will be speaking to police and we will be telling them that you are isolated.
Listen,
and we need some help.
So two police showed up, where I was, at the coterie. And so I was telling them, the same. And the next thing there are two more police. So there are four in total. And I was talking with Gina, and saying, go ahead, Gina.
Yep. And the police came into the room. Wendy gave me the phone and I pleaded with the police as if Wendy was my child. Please, you need to get her off this floor.
And listen,
she is confined.
I told them I am not incapacitated, as I've been accused. And this floor that I live on is the memory unit. The people who live there don't remember anything. Unlike me, like, why am I here? What is going on? It's a cry for help. You know what I'm saying? Charlamagne, I talk to you often and a lot. And Gina, go ahead and talk, please.
Now, Gina, let me ask you one question. There was something yesterday that said that Wendy dropped a note out the window, and that's how the police were called. Is that true? Is there any truth to that?
No.
That's so funny. Wendy's talking to me on the phone, and she's like, Gina, there's a photographer downstairs. What do I do?
Yeah.
And I'm like, she's like, should I write them something? And I'm like, yes, write help.
Let me tell you, this happened early in the morning, and it just.
So, Wendy's niece is actually a newscaster, I think, in Florida. So she has like a really good job newscasting. This particular woman's forte is getting people out of the type of situation that Wendy's in, and she's the president of the company. So it almost makes sense that Wendy's niece takes more of a back burner and lets this woman talk because she can give specific examples of why Wendy should not be there.
Just so happens, because all I have a window, a bathroom, and a bedroom, what I'm saying? So I'm looking at the window and I see somebody say hi. So I'm like, hi back. And I get on the phone and I'm talking with Gina, and my niece. And I asked them this, that, and the third. Go ahead, Gina.
Yes, the note had nothing to do with it. Wendy and I actually called the police directly and convinced the police to come over to do a welfare check. And yes.
No, go ahead, finish.
And just insisted and pleaded with the officer on the phone that you have to get Wendy out of here. We have a guardian who is telling the whole building and the world that she's incapacitated and she needs to be on a locked unit. And I said, please, you cannot walk out of that building without Wendy. And she told me, I promise, I will not.
Yeah, I was shocked to see Wendy walking yesterday. That's what I was telling Wendy
yesterday.
Yeah. Like, damn, I can't. We seen them with lymphedema feet. I was like, I cannot believe.
Look, Wendy. Let me tell you something. So the cops say to me, you know what I'm saying? They say, Wendy, you have to leave the scooter. I said, okay, but just walk with me, okay? And so they walked with me. So it was like exercise for my feet. Go ahead, Gina.
Yeah, and so when the officers were there, Wendy started to feel she had a little bit of anxiety.
Somebody said her niece is around and has been advocating for her. No, Londo, absolutely. But what I'm saying, for the sake of these interviews where the niece is not necessarily the trained professional to get somebody out of there, it makes perfect sense as to why Gina is the one who is now doing the interviews with Wendy, and not her niece, because she is the actual advocate to get the situation corrected.
And I said, tell them that you need to go to the hospital. And I said, when you go to the hospital, you're going to ask for an independent medical evaluation.
Yes.
But the building was giving us a hard.
Oh, Lord. Y'all are shady as hell today.
And
Goddamn.
hard time. They first sent a nurse.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, Wendy, we'll take care of it. I'll take your vitals.
And I said, no, thank you. No, thank you.
And I'm on the phone and I'm like, no, we need a medical doctor.
Right.
The nurse says, oh, we have a doctor in the building.
No, I want an independent doctor.
That's
right. And I'm like, no.
Doctor.
Yeah, I said, no, she needs to get out. We need to go to a hospital. That's not a hospital.
Right.
We need to get her out of there, and she needs to be seen by medical outside of this facility. And then finally, the cops were okay with that. And then the ambulance, and Wendy was okay as well. And they called the ambulance.
So just to clear it up. So they didn't want her to leave. They tried to do everything to make sure she didn't leave.
Internal.
Listen. And then I was on the phone. I was on the phone with Gina, and then I'm on the phone with my lawyer. You know what I'm saying? My lawyer was like, "Oh, okay," and I'm going to meet you at the hospital. You know what I'm saying?
I'm surprised Sabrina Morrissey didn't come and jump on the ambulance.
Now, really quickly, she said that her lawyer was going to come meet her. People were asking, why does Wendy need a lawyer? She has lawyers that are being paid by the conservator. She needs her own lawyer to do things like this. So they then hatched a scheme to get Wendy out, get her a psych evaluation by an independent doctor, and the lawyer goes and meets her there. That's why Wendy is paying that lawyer. That's where, if you donate it like me, that's where the money is going. It's actively being used to help Wendy get free.
No, please. My lawyer, Sadatu, was on it.
Yes.
Question for you
Yes.
guys.
Sadatu Salami.
Yeah, she did. I actually called her, told her that Wendy was going to be admitted into the hospital, and she drove from Long Island to the hospital. She actually stood by Wendy's side because I said, you have to be there and you have to tell the doctors that Wendy's being held captive. The world thinks that she's incapacitated and they need to do an independent exam. Because the issue here was that Wendy has a guardian. So that guardian is in charge of medical decisions as well.
And
so I
by
told
the way,
her, yeah.
By the way, at the hospital, they tell me that my guardian was right here, on the other side of right here, and never said hi. And my lawyer could attest to that. Say the guardian person
Sabrina
was
Morrissey
in the hospital. Yes, and never said anything to me at all.
She was at the hospital yesterday?
Yes, yesterday morning. Yes, yesterday in the afternoon. Yeah, she was here.
She never said anything to you. Did you see read the Vanity Fair article? I don't know how you would have read it though, Wendy. But she said that you guys have a really good. Oh, hey, Wendy. She said that you guys have a really great relationship and that you guys it's very friendly when you see each other, and that happens often. But she was at the hospital yesterday and didn't say anything to you.
Please. She's lying about the Vanity Fair.
What do you mean she's lying in Vanity Fair? You mean?
Yes, about what was being said, according to what she was saying.
Gotcha.
She was there with. Anyway, the point is that then where I am, at that coterie, right now there is another person right there. Like if I open the door, there's a person from the coterie.
Now, y'all. Sorry, where is it? Here we go. This is the Vanity Fair article, and this is what Morrissey was saying. Nobody's saying that Wendy can't leave a building. Morrissey said, citing Wendy's 2 recent trips to Florida for her son's college graduation, and her father's 94th birthday. But that has become a thread that people pick up on. Williams' cats were a bonded pair of siblings who were rehomed amid Williams' moves between medical facilities. Williams' current building only allows 1 cat per residence. Morrissey said that Williams didn't want to split the pair and that when presented with an option to get a new single cat, she declined. Williams was... So why is that the only option? Why couldn't you have offered her cats to her family? So you put her in a building that only allows 1 pet. She says she wants both her pets, so you just give them away. That's technically not even answering the question. Are you aware of where the cats are? And if Wendy gets out, can she have her pets? This is why I don't like Sabrina. Additionally, if you listen really, really closely, she said that this woman was at the hospital. If you have a patient who is at the hospital, if you're not actually going to go see them, what are you doing there? I can tell you. What she was doing there was speaking to the doctors and trying to block Wendy's attorney from getting any information and such. That's why you were there, not to actually check on your client. That is extremely telling. And moreover, we saw Wendy in disarray. We saw Wendy going through alcoholism and everything that comes with that, not being able to walk, not really being coherent. How often were you visiting her then? No, you're here now because your reputation is at risk and you feel like you have to do it. You feel like if I do not sit there with this woman, make sure I'm around at all times to see what's going to be said. If there's any press there, I might be, or my career might be in danger. But it's extremely telling that she did not go in there and actually ask Wendy, are you okay? And you talking about this woman's goddamn cats because Wendy has been saying it, but you're not giving any information as to if Wendy can get her cats back. And people are very serious about their pets. Think about it. Wendy does not have her son there. Kevin, she can't go necessarily and visit her family. So what she had was these pets, and now the pets are gone. That's a slippery woman, y'all.
Wow.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's very sad. You know what I'm saying?
Now, if you're just joining us, we're talking to Wendy Williams, and Gina is also on the line.
Gina Lisa, she's the president of Connect Care Advisory Group.
Now tell us what happened when you got to the hospital, because there were claims that they did a test and she got 10 out of 10 on the test. So what happened when she actually got to the hospital?
Well, when I got to the hospital, immediately, and they're saying, I get checked in, right? And then, they checked me for the heart palpitations and they did all kinds of scans and Gina, can you expound upon?
Yes. So she arrived at the hospital and the attorney convinced the doctors. So according to what was told, the guardian was there and Wendy's attorney. And I think there was a little back and forth as whether she was going to allow Wendy, the guardian, to get evaluated.
Mm-hmm.
The doctor saw there was a difference between the guardian's opinion and her lawyer's opinion. And the doctor had to go to his legal department from the hospital to clear to see how he was going to do it. He received the clearance for.
She is lighting a fire under their ass, and they don't know that they met. The streets are on fire, and Wendy said it. If she thought that this woman was going to get sober and stay quiet and just continue to pay her for the rest of her life, she don't know Wendy. Wendy don't give a damn. Wendy has never given a damn. Wendy was reading National Enquirer articles back in the 90s to her audience. Reckless abandon. Wendy don't care. So if you think it's about her life and she's actually sober and realizing that she has a life to live, that she isn't going to say something?
For the evaluation. And then Wendy took 2 evaluations. And pretty much they're evaluating whether she has competency and is able to make decisions. And she passed both tests.
What does the 10-10 mean?
I'm sorry?
What does 10-10? What does it mean? 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10, correct. 10 questions asked, 10 questions answered correctly.
I mean, they asked me simple things like, who's the president? You know what I'm saying? What's my birth date? Anyway, yeah, I scored.
Who'd you tell them the president was, Wendy?
Oh, please. A friend of mine. a friend of mine. Who was on the show and also beyond.
I have a question for you guys too. So there are reports that this exam that you did can't be used in moving forward to prove the that you're not incapacitated. Can you clear that up or explain? I don't know if I missed that part. How this will be used?
That's actually false. That's a medical exam done by an independent doctor by a very well-known hospital. You can use that for the court.
So
I don't know who said that.
What's the next steps, Gina and Wendy? Tell the people
Can I tell you something? Can I?
Y'all are with the shits today. Amy J says Wendy was walking y'all. Ain't nothing wrong with her. Thank you so much, Amy J. I gotta read this comment. DB says Wendy exposed her own damn son. You know she don't care. Y'all with the shit today, but she did. It happened. Rev it up. Goro says that's okay. I called NYPD FBI the day Don Lemon aired the issue. No, I'm not family, but a citizen, and told them treat her situations like a wellness check. They promised to check. I guess they did. All right. I mean, you can't go. Now, don't everybody go saying do a wellness check, but I guess in that case, if it worked, it worked. Ebony says Don Lemon had a panel on the show this AM to advocate for Wendy. He played their convo and voicemail. Sabrina tried to interfere with Wendy's exam and misled the attorney about the location. Thank you so much for the super chat, Ebony. I'm not surprised.
Can I tell you something?
Of course.
The Guardian, my lawyer was going to come to the hospital to see me, right? Mm-hmm. And the Guardian, from what I understand, gave my lawyer the wrong address.
Oh, wow.
So it just so happens that I know what hospital I'm in. So when I was talking to my lawyer, she said, "Are you sure?" And I said, "Yes." Why do you say that? And yeah,
because everybody thinks you're incapacitated, so they don't think they know where you at.
Correct.
They don't think
you
know
know what I'm saying? Trying to keep me hiding so that they can keep it so that everybody thinks, them.
Wendy, you gonna be on the? Are you really gonna call into the View this Friday?
Excuse me, Gina.
Yes,
can you talk, please?
We are calling in and having a talk with the wonderful ladies on the View.
What time is that gonna be? I don't want Wendy calling nobody before 7 a.m.
Oh my gosh, okay. It comes on at 11 a.m. The View. My friend, Whoopi Goldberg, Joy Behar. Listen, I've been to The View several times in life.
See?
It's nice. I enjoy The View.
Wendy just woke up, by the way. I just want y'all to know that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Wow.
She can't even brush her teeth yet.
They also said in Vanity Fair that the only way that you're able to talk in these interviews is because it's scripted, but you didn't know any of the stuff that we were asking you today. So.
No.
Well, you know what? Do you want to know what? My guardian person says that I don't know how to talk, that everything's scripted, which is untrue. You know what? The same person who says I'm incapacitated, which I am not. Oh, excuse me. These are the same people who say, if you say something too much, then I'm too scripted or whatever. It's like saying whatever. Like who doesn't say whatever? I'm sorry.
I don't know about whatever, but I remember Wendy always saying, even on her show when she was before, you know, there was a few glitches on the show. She always used to say, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like she's always repeated words throughout the show.
Sorry, I say whatever.
It's all.
What do you say?
I call it all Jedi mind game.
Right.
She really just wanted the world to believe that Wendy was incapacitated. She had her locked up.
Yeah.
She gave her a phone where she can't receive calls. And her big mistake was that she didn't realize who Wendy Williams was.
That's right.
And she has a platform like Breakfast Club, and she's very well connected. And there are people who will back her up.
And I have to tell you something. Whenever I'm on the radio and I'm talking with you, Charlemagne, whenever I'm talking with you, DJ Envy, whenever I'm talking with you, Warren, whenever I'm talking with you, you know, Gina, you know, Rosanna Scotto, Harvey Levin, you know, I mean, you know, just my life is so benevolent talking to you people.
No,
really,
those are all our folks. You know, yesterday everybody was like, "Yeah, they can't wait to see, you know, Wendy back on TV." Blah blah blah. I mean, Wendy does have plans once she gets out, but you know, we'll talk about all that stuff at another date.
And how long were you at the house? How long was she at the?
My lawyer, you know, who will be here. Also, there's some things that I cannot talk about regarding the hospital. Gina, do you know what I'm saying? Though here at the hospital, believe it or not, I've met so many. It's really kind of amazing. You know what I'm saying? That those people who saw.
So. One person who there's no love lost is I'll just show you the video. It's Judge Mathis and Wendy Williams. But Judge Mathis did something like I ran across, we'll get to it. So I'm sure all of you guys have heard this before. It's Judge Mathis and Wendy Williams.
The wrong person,
You are the Tyson Decker of the protest.
I'm not some of these soft guys you didn't had on here that you think you can talk anything to. I come from the hardest streets of America. And if you think you're going to send me back to the streets fueling these nonsensical rumors that come out of
I'm not fueling anything, but I'm
about
just
the other
listening.
tabloid article where I'm supposed to beating up the Reverend, me and Reverend Jackson jumped on a preacher in L.A. You didn't see that?
No.
Or you just too fixated on drugs and sex to discuss that? Is that your problem?
I
You
didn't
got
see
a
that
real
one.
fixation with drugs and sex, and that's all you talk about from what I understand.
Now, Judge Mathis, I've been going once I saw this video that I'm about to play for y'all. I feel like it's the pot in the kettle because this was the first time I heard you really call somebody out for, you know, drugs, but you do it all the time on your show. And I'm about to show you guys a face crack moment that the most embarrassing Judge Mathis moment I've ever seen.
Your show, and now we know why you had all those 8 abortions. My God, do you have any spirituality in you at all?
Tell
you need to go to church. What church do you go to?
Tell us about
you need God in your life.
Tell us about the beatdown,
and I'm not
Judge.
mad. Anyone that knows my show know that I don't take any disrespect or I don't let anybody say anything they want to me without me checking them real strong and real tough. And that's what you're getting today, Wendy. You're getting a real good checking. All right, which is what you need, and quite frankly, it's overdue. You get folks on your show, and you just think you can talk and say anything you want to them. Well, that's what I do on my show. And my show has higher ratings than yours, so I'm trumping
Very
you today.
interesting
I'm
part of it.
trumping you today.
No, you're not
And
trumping
I'm letting
me,
you know
Judge.
that you're gonna have to listen.
You're actually not trumping anything. What me and my audience talk about, we talk about on a regular basis, and it's actually very comical to me. All of the protests.
No, that's what he said about her. Hopefully we don't get in trouble for this clip. Maybe if we make it extra small, we won't get in trouble. Actually, you know what? He might get me. So I'm just gonna. This is what Judge Mathis had to say to these guys.
Doing what you do. We had a conversation and we made up. And I would say that the next couple years.
So I'll show you. This is Mathis.
Years after that, it was
took your ecstasy, went home, and started doing what you do.
Oh, I'm sorry.
At the club, you took ecstasy.
Oh,
you ran up to each other, hugging and touching and rubbing like you do when you're high off ecstasy in the club.
No, sir. We didn't do anything like that. No ecstasy, sir.
So these are two gay men. They weren't dating. You just accused them of doing drugs and having sex because they went to a club and they were drunk. What would have happened if that white man would have said, well, I'm a different kind of gay than your son. Perhaps maybe you've experienced that in your life with your kid or you or whatever, but the audacity of a grown man to sit there, judge a show. It was not about sex. It was not about drugs. You don't know what these two people did, but you just put that on their back. This wasn't that case. And nobody, like, the room was silent. There was no laughing. It was awkward. Let me show you the guys. They weren't even dating. It wasn't even that. They were friends. But you going at Wendy about the same thing? Okay.
Just like normal.
That's drunk.
Just having drinks, yeah. Just having fun, enjoying ourselves and dancing. So we walked up to each other. We didn't do anything. Oh, I'm sorry. And really, honestly, we made eye contact with one another. We walked up to each other. We gave each other a hug, and we had a conversation, and we made up. And I would say that the next couple years after that, it was
took your ecstasy, went home, and started doing what you do.
Oh, I'm sorry.
At the club, you took ecstasy.
Oh,
you ran up to each other, hugging and touching and rubbing like you do when you're high off ecstasy in the club.
No, sir. We didn't do anything like that. No ecstasy, sir. Just like normal.
That's drunk.
Just having drinks, yeah. Just having fun, enjoying ourselves and dancing. So the next couple years were better.
The room was silent. What if he would have responded to Mathis the way Mathis responded to Wendy? People are a trip.
And you're doing it. It's almost like, you know, that saying that that's too much.
Being checked. You understand me clearly. This is called when you think that you can just treat people unfairly and say what you want.
I am not saying what I want to you. I simply asked you about this woman, and you immediately jumped to the highest of protestivity about something WBLS New York.
I immediately told you that it was untrue, and I told you that it was tabloid trash, which all.
Somebody said, "Why are we talking about Judge Mathis?" Because this popped up like on my timeline, like Judge Judy, who's the lady with the red hair? Million, Mathis, not really Judge Joe Brown. They pop up on my stuff and I'll watch, and sometimes it's funny. And there's another courtroom person. I want to start like reviewing these court cases. There's one court case that did not belong for Judge Million. It really should have been like at an actual bigger court. And it's like one of the darkest court cases. So I want to review that. But that's how we got into it. Plus, I remembered what Judge Mathis had to say about Wendy. And I was like, that's definitely pop me kettle. But I want to start doing a lot of different kind of like pre-recorded videos that I think are more fun or interesting, not just like hour-long lives. So just FYI, those will be coming. But this one is going to be titled The Darkest Moment in Court TV history or something like that. It was a trip. Like it was absolutely insane. And I don't even think Judge Million quite knew how to wrap her head around what she just heard from some minors and their parents. But anyway, I gotta go. Thank you guys for being here. Unless something else crazy pops off, I will see you tomorrow. But look out for that pre-recorded video on like the darkest moment in court television history. It was crazy. Y'all have a good one.